want to get your sense of whether the president, in the cliched phrase, did what he had to do, or maybe did something different tonight than we expected, and still accomplished something here.
Can I just refer everyone to my tweets, or I have to?
No, let's do TV.
David Marinus, a veteran Washington Post reporter, tweeted that it was the best Barack Obama speech ever. I'm not sure that's true, but I do think it was not just his best State of the Union, but because of his confidence, because of being liberated by not having to do a laundry list. I thought it was quite strong as a piece of theater, as a piece of rhetoric. The White House, whoever thought of the idea of putting this stuff out in advance, was brilliant, because it liberated the president. Yeah. Not just a strong economy, not just the fact that he's not standing for re-election, but that liberated him just functionally from having to go through a lot of the kind of stuff that's normally required. I don't have any indication that the speech is going to change anything with Republicans. I thought if there was a flaw in it, it was not as gracious towards Republicans as I would have suspected. But in terms of firing up Democrats and reminding a lot of people who might have soured a bit on the president why they liked him in the first place, fired up and ready to go, unlike he's been in quite some time.
I thought what was striking about this, before we could take it to Carly, is I really thought what was striking is also the way in which, when he got to the place at the end of the speech and was talking about, came back to some of the core themes and values that have been part of his whole political character. There was a part of it that felt like he was addressing critics, some in the press and some otherwise, where he basically was saying, I campaigned in a post-partisan way. I have been criticized for being naive, for not doing enough, and particularly for naivete, for underestimating the extent to which partisan gridlock is built in Washington. But I still have faith that I was right. And that whatever you think of that, and you can have a long debate about it, it was interesting to hear him, in essence, kind of rebutting critics that have taken on the central core kind of promise of his presidency and have said he's let us down in that regard. He kind of came back to that and sort of doubled down in some ways on his fundamental beliefs and the things that he has been arguing for since the very beginning.